Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. They start the drive with Cook. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. I would have stopped.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Boy, the word on Dalvin Cook is explosiveness. I'm not sure there's anybody in the league that has the acceleration that he does, and he put it to good effect there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
On second down, Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now the 4th-year running back, this is Devin Singletary. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing Jones. It's caught by Mike Evans. He'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Tough to imagine any team wanting to give a player like this up in a trade, but I know they're happy to have it.
It is amazing, isn't it? But we have seen big-time guys change teams. Jimmy Graham, Brandon Marshall, and their new teams are really excited to have them because they provide big-time targets.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now Jones. Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Up the middle, it's Cook. 85 yards on the ground for him so far.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Willis on the bootleg. Rolling to his right. And that will be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And now we'll see punter Tyler Newsome. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken it around the 40. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Jones on 1st and 10. This is caught by Evans. And he'll be brought down at the 27. He had the start to a season a week ago that everybody wants to have. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Can he do it a second time?
He can. He absolutely positively can because of his skill set. When people adjust to him, he has a great ability to adjust himself and make them continue to chase him throughout the game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Back to throw again. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. A handoff on the option to Singletary. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. That one caught out wide by Julio. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, it's Willis being chased out left. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. The Ravens send their punter out now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Off play action. Jones. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And the slot man goes in motion left. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
The Cowboys will decide right down. 3rd down. Time defense. Breaking into the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, Jones. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to get this down near the 25. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. Willis looking to throw on first down. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cook up the gut. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 106 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Let's go now.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Schultz. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Patterson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Jones throw taken in by Evans here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. The slot man in motion right. Here's Jones on first down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Dolphins. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. Willis's throw into the hands here of Hardman. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Nwangu now from his end zone. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they were.
He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Deep ball for Goodwin. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Goodwin. Touchdown! Marquise Goodwin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll try the middle with Cook. Gets past 1 man. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are back within a score. Willis will try and throw for this. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Ah, that's true. You've said that before. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins! Marquise Goodwin from 17 yards out. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, go.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. We've played 3 quarters.
Ready?
Willis, gotta have this one. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone, and that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Jones throwing to start the drive. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work. Exchange.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
Tyus Bowser excels in so many facets of the game, but really took a step forward as a starter in 2021 with 7 sacks to lead the Ravens.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Rosas' kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
On a return from his end zone, Rodgers. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Willis, fourth down, has to have it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Throwing Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devin Singletary from 17 yards out. And the Dolphins are on their way to a 2-0 start. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Here they got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. Throw caught by Raymond. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
60 average, 60 average. 19 tight, 19 tight. Dragon 60. 15, pioneer.
Willis, fourth down here. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. A give, Singletary right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Stuck for the loss by Devin White.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Roses now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's got room. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted.
so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Right back to Singletary on second down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Ravens will take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Willis's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
One final try here for Willis. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Julio Jones all alone. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
That's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for the Dolphins, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.